Good morning, students. Welcome back to online class. I am very happy to meet you in this session. How are you, students? I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. Students, now we are learning Geography Lesson 5 India, Population, Transport, Communication and Trade. Is it? Today I am going to complete in this lesson. Before that, I am going to recall few important points about in this lesson. First of all, we learned about population. Is it? What is meant by population? Very good. The total number of people residing in a country at a specified period of time is called population of that country. Then next we learned about census. What is meant by census? Population census is the total process of collecting, compiling, analyzing at a specific time of all person in a country. Is it? Then next we learned about distribution of population. Distribution of population refers to the way the people are spaced over the earth's surface. Is it? Then which is the most populous state in the country? Very good. Uttar Pradesh is the most populous state in the country. Then the next question I am going to ask, which is the least populous state in India? Excellent. Sikkim. Sikkim is the least populous state in India. Then next we learned about density of population. Next we learned about density of population. It is expressed as number of person per square kilometer. Then, which is the most densely populated state in India? Very good. Bihar. Bihar is the correct answer. Then, next I am going to ask the next question. Which is the least population density in India? Very good. Arunachal Pradesh is the least population density country, is it? State, is it? Then next we learned about population growth and change. What is meant by population change? Population change refers to an increase or decrease of population of an area from one period to another period. Then from here we learned about birth rate and death rate. Birth rate refers to number of live births per 1000 people in a year. Then death rate refers to number of deaths per 1000 people in a year. These are the things we learned in the first class, is it? Then in the second class we learned about migration and urbanization. What is meant by migration? Migration means the movement of people across regions and territories. What is meant by migration, students? Very good. Migration means movement of people across regions or territories. It can be internal or international. Internal means within a country. International means between a country. Then from here we learned about some of the types of migration. The first one is population composition. Second one is age composition. Third one is sex ratio. Fourth one is literacy rate. Fifth one is occupational structure. Sixth one is population dynamics. And the last one is problems of overpopulation. These are the 7 types of migration. All these explanation also we learned. Then and also we learned about urbanization. Urbanization is the process of society's transformation from rural to urban. What is meant by urbanization? It is one of the process of society's transformation from rural to urban. Then from urbanization we learned about impact of urbanization, is it? Then there are 9 points are there. That is one of the 5 mark question. Did you learn, students? Very good. Just we recall that points. The following are the major problems of urbanization. The first one is it creates urban sprawl. Sprawl means to cover a large area of land, is it? Then second one is it makes overcrowding in urban centers. Next one is it leads to shortage of houses in urban areas. Next one is it leads to the formation of slums. Next one is it increases traffic congestion in cities. It creates water scarcity in cities. It creates drainage problem. It possesses the problem of solid waste management, and the last impact is it increases the rate of crime. These are the impact of urbanization, major problems of urbanization. Is it? Then in the next class we learned about transportation. What is meant by transportation? Transport is a system which passengers and goods are carried from one place to another place. Is it? Then from transportation we learned about the means of transport. How many means of transport are there in the world, students? Very good. There are 3 means of transport. What are the 3 means of transport? Excellent. Land, water, air. Then from land, 3 ways are there. Is it? What are the 3 ways of land? Very good. Roadways, railways, pipeline. What are the 2 ways of water? Inland waterways, ocean routes. Then what are the 2 ways of air? Domestic airways, international airways. Then next we learned about the first means of transport, land. From land we learned roadways. Then roads play an important role in carrying goods and passengers for short and medium and long distances. Road is used to carrying goods and passengers in for short, medium and long distances. Is it? Then from road we learned about different types of road. Why they divide that types of roads means for the purpose of construction and maintenance. Is it? For the purpose of construction and maintenance, roads are classified into 7. What are the 7 types of roads? National highways, state highways, district roads, rural roads, border roads and international highways. Is it? That all explanation also we learned. That is one of the important 5 marks question, students. Classification of roads in India. The first one is national highway. It connects from all the capitals of the state, major ports, rail junctions, industrial sectors and tourist centers. Second one is state highways. It links important cities, towns and district headquarters. Then district roads link between districts and taluk headquarters. Rural roads link between all the rural areas, that means village areas. Then border roads, it classified into 2 types, golden quadrilateral and north, south and east, west corridor. From here map also we learned. Then next one is the expressway. It is there are 4 important multilateral roads are there. Mumbai to Pune, then Kolkata to Damdam Airport, Durgapur to Kolkata, Yamuna to Delhi. Is it? Then last one is international highway. It links India with the neighboring countries. These are the things we learned from roadways. This is one of the important 5 mark question. Okay, students. Then I am going to recall about railways. Railway system is the main artery of the country's inland transport. What is meant by artery, students? Artery means important routes of roads or railways. Okay. Then it promotes national integration. That means it brings all the people together. It maintains unity among the people. Then we learned about the 17 zones of Indian railways. The Indian railways are divided into 17 zones. Is it? That 17 zones we learned. That is important 1-word questions. Then next we learned about the 4 categories of Indian railways. Broad gauge, meter gauge, narrow gauge and light gauge. Is it? Then next, and also through metro railways and Konkan railways, the Indian railways get development. Is it? That all the explanation also we learn. And also we learned about pipeline transport. Pipeline transport is used to transport some of the water, natural gas, then some of the oil. These all things transported through pipeline. Nowadays solid also transported through this pipeline when it is converted into slurry. Slurry means semi-liquid, is it? Then next we learned about waterways. The second means of transport, is it? Waterway is an important mode of transport. It carry passengers and cargo traffic in India. What is meant by cargo? Goods items it carried on ship. Then these waterways are divided into two types. What are the two types of waterways? Very good. Inland waterways, ocean waterways. Inland waterways, ocean waterways. The first one is inland waterways. From inland waterways, some of the major national waterways are there. There are three important major national waterways are there. Is it? One, 2 mark question. National waterway 1, national waterway 2, national waterway 3. Is it? National waterway 1 extends between Haldia and Allahabad. National waterway 2, it extends between Dhubri and Sadia. National waterway 3, it extends between Kollam and Kottapuram. Is it? Then the next type is oceanic roads. It is also used to mainly in the economic condition of India. Total 90% of foreign trades are there. From there 70% of foreign trades are moves through these ocean roads. Then I am going to ask one question. In India, how many major ports are there? Very good. In India, there are 13 major ports are there. Then, how many minor ports are there? 200 minor ports are there. The major ports are administered by central government. The minor ports are administered by state government. Then, next we learned about some of the important major ports. That is very important map question also. Kolkata, Haldia, Paradeep, Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Ennur, Toothukudi, Kandla, Mumbai, Navaseva, New Mangalore, Marmago, Kochi. These are the important major ports in India. Then next we learned about 4 major shipyards. What are the 4 major shipyards? Hindustan Shipyards, it is in Visakhapatnam. Garden Reach Workshop, it is in Kolkata. Mazagan Dock, it is in Mumbai. Kochi Shipyard, it is in Kochi. Is it? Then next we learned about the third means of transport. Which is the third means of transport, students? Air transport. Air transport is the third means of transport. These airways are the quickest, costliest and comfortable means of transport. Is it? This air transport carries passengers, freight and mail. The air transport carries passengers, freight. What is meant by freight? Goods items. Freight means goods items, and mail also carries through this air transport. Then the important difficult areas also easily we can pass through this air transport. For example, some of during the some natural calamities or man-made disaster, through this times we can easily travel through this air transport. Then and also, these air transport are divided into 2 types, is it? What are the 2 ways of air transport? Domestic airways and international airways. Then there are 2 airline services are there. What are the 2 airline services, students? Very good. Indian Airlines and Air India. Indian Airlines and Air India. Then in India, how many designated international airports are there? Very good. 19 designated international airports are there. Then next we learned about Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited. Next we learned about Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited. Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited, it has been providing helicopter support services, is it? It has been providing helicopter support services. Then next we learned about Airports Authority of India. In which year constituted the Airport Authority of India? Very good. In the year 1995. Okay. Then students, listen very careful. In the previous class, we learned about communication. Is it? In the previous class, we learned about communication. What is meant by communication? Communication is a process that involves exchange of information, thoughts and ideas. Okay. Then this communication is classified into two types, is it? What are the two types of communication? Personal communication and mass communication. What is meant by personal communication? Personal communication means the exchange of information between the individuals. What is meant by personal communication? Personal communication means the exchange of information between the individuals. What is meant by mass communication? Mass communication means it enables millions of people to get the information at the same time. It enables millions of people to get the information at the same time. Then from personal communication, some of the sources we learned, is it? What are the important sources of personal communication? Post, telegraph services, telephone, mobile phone, short message services, fax, internet, email. These are the important sources of personal communication. From here, I am going to ask 2 or 3 one-word questions, students. In India, how many post offices are there? Very good. 1,55,000 post offices are there. Then, among them, how many post offices are situated in rural areas? Excellent. 1,39,000 post offices are located in rural areas. Then, important question I am going to ask. The postal service was opened in the year? Very good. 1837. Then the next question. The first Indian postal stamp was issued in the year 1852. Then next, the quick mail service was introduced. Is it? In which year the quick mail service was introduced? 1975. Then the system of PIN was functioned through quick mail services. In which year the PIN was introduced? 1972. Is it? What is the abbreviation of PIN, students? Postal index number. Is it? Then next we learned about that STD, ISD. In India, most of the villages, that means 2/3 of the villages have the STD. What is the abbreviation of STD? Very good. Subscriber trunk dialing. And also international communication also made through ISD in India. ISD, what is the abbreviation of ISD? International subscriber dialing. Is it? Then next we learned about some of the sources of mass communication. What are the important sources of mass communication? Radio. There are two types of methods of mass communication: electronic media and print media. Then important sources of electronic media is radio, television, internet. Then print media, newspaper is the main source. Is it? These all things we learned from here. Some of the one-word question we learned. For example, the radio broadcasting in India. It was started in which year? 1923. Then it was get the name All India Radio. The radio broadcasting was get the name All India Radio in the year, very good, 1936. Then again it get renamed Agashavani. In which year it get the name Agashavani? 1957. Is it? Then television, it is very, very important media, electronic media. We are getting all the information through television, and some of the educating information also we are getting through this television. Is it? Then internet, it also very useful to us. Then Finally, we learned about print media. The important source of print media is newspaper. Is it? Newspaper is the powerful means of communication come under print media. Okay, these are all the things we learned from this lesson. Okay, students, now I am going to take this lesson's last topic. Okay, now let us come forward to today's class, students. Today I am going to teach the last part of this lesson. Listen very careful, students. Now I am going to teaching the topic satellite communication. The topic is satellite communication. Listen very careful. Satellite communication is used to getting a continuous and synoptic view of larger area. Listen very careful, students. Satellite communication. You everyone know, is it? Satellite. It is used to getting a continuous and synoptic view of larger area. Synoptic view means enlarged view. Synoptic view means enlarged view. Okay. Then and also the satellite images are used for weather forecasting. Weather forecasting, that means find out weather. Okay, find out weather in India. Then monitoring of natural calamities. That satellite is monitor the natural calamities. That means flood, cyclone, etc. Okay. Then next, surveillance. Surveillance means watch vigilance. Surveillance means watch vigilance of border areas. It watch the vigilance of border areas. These are the things are easily find out through satellite communication. Okay, through satellite communication. Then the communication through satellites emerged as a new era in communication in our country after the establishment of Indian Space Research Organization. After the establishment of Indian Space Research Organization, we are getting new era in communication in the field of communication in our country. The Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. It was established in the year 1969. Okay, listen very careful, students. The satellite communication is used to getting a continuous and synoptic view of larger area, and also through Indian Space Research Organization, the satellite communications areas, we are getting many developments. The Indian Space Research Organization was established in the year 1969. Okay, then the satellite system in India can be grouped into two. Listen very careful, students. The satellite system in India can be grouped into two. The first one is the Indian National Satellite System. Second one is the Indian Remote Sensing Satellite System. Listen very careful, students. The satellite system in India can be classified into two groups. The first one is INSAT. The abbreviation of INSAT is the Indian National Satellite System. Second one is IRS. The abbreviation of IRS means Indian Remote Sensing Satellite System. Then the INSAT means the Indian National Satellite System. It is established in the year 1983. Listen very careful, students. The Indian National Satellite System was established in the year 1983. It is used to multi-purpose system. It is a multi-purpose system for telecommunication. Multi-purpose system, that means it is used for number of purposes for telecommunication. Telecommunication, that means communication by radio, television, etc. Then meteorological. Meteorological means study of earth. Meteorological means study of earth. It observes the meteorological. And various other programs also it observe. That means the Indian National Satellite System observe various things. That means multi-purpose system for telecommunication, meteorological observation and some other various other programs also observed through the Indian National Satellite System. Okay. Then this INSAT series are used for relaying signals. We are getting signals to television, telephone, radio and mobile phone. Through INSAT, we are used for relaying signals. Through INSAT, we are getting signals to television, telephone, radio and mobile phone. Okay. And also it is useful in weather detection. It is useful to weather detection. Detection means finding. Detection means finding. Then internet and military application also we can get all the information through this Indian National Satellite System. Then the INSAT series, GSAT series, Kalpana 1, Hamsat, EduSat, these are the names of satellite. Okay, these are the major communication satellite. These are the major communication satellite. These are used for communication purposes. Okay, what are the important communication satellite? INSAT, GSAT, Kalpana 1, Hamsat, EduSat. These are the major communication satellite. It is used for communication purposes. Okay. Then GSAT-74. It is the recent launch communication satellite programs. It launched in December 19, 2018. GSAT-7A. It is one of the satellite. It launched in the year 2018, December 19. Okay, for the purpose of communication program. Then INSAT 1B, it was launched in the year 1983, 13th August. INSAT 1B, it was launched on 13th August 1983. It is the first communication satellite in INSAT series. Listen very careful, students. These are the important satellites. Okay, these are the important satellites. Then next we are going to learn trade. Okay, then trade is an important phenomenon that decide economic growth of a country. Trade, it is one of the important role of economic growth of our country. What is mean by trade, students? Trade means the buying and selling or exchanging goods and services. What is mean by trade? Buying and selling of goods and services. Listen very careful, students. Trade is an act or process of buying, selling or exchanging of goods and services. Then the primitive method of trade was known as barter system. Primitive method. Primitive means earliest. Okay, earliest method of trade was known as barter system. What is mean by barter system? Everyone knows it, that exchanging goods to goods. Okay, goods were exchanged for goods. Goods were exchanged for goods. Then later money was introduced. A medium exchange in buying and selling of goods. Listen very careful, students. In early days, people used the method of trade that is known as barter system. Barter system means they exchanged goods for goods. Barter system means they exchanged goods for goods. Later, they introduced money to exchange in buying and selling of goods. Then, the difference in value between imports and exports are called balance of trades. Listen very careful, students. The difference in value between imports and exports is called balance of trade. Okay. Then that is the imports exports value is different. Okay. Difference of import and exports value, that is called balance of trade. Then this situation in which the value of export exceeds the value of import is termed as favorable balance. What is meant by favorable balance? The value of export exceeds the value of import. Exceeds means greater than. What is meant by exceeds? Exceeds means greater than. Okay, listen very careful. The value of export exceeds the value of import is termed as favorable balance. Okay, then the reverse position is termed as unfavorable balance of trade. Reverse position, that means direction. The direction of the direction is termed as unfavorable balance of trade. Okay. Then next I am going to teach about the types of trade. The types of trade. Trade is divided into two types. Trade is classified into two types. They are internal trade and international trade. Listen very careful, students. Trade are classified into two types: internal trade and international trade. Then the internal trade means the trade carried on within the country. What is meant by internal trade? The trade carried on within the country or domestic territory. That means within a country is called internal trade. This internal trade is also, students, I will repeat, the internal trade is also called domestic trade or local trade. Okay. Then the land transport, that means the roadways and railways. Mainly the land transport is mostly used for trade, roadways and railways. Then local currency is used in internal trade. Mostly roads and railways are used for internal trade and local currency is used in internal trade. And also it helps to promote regional growth in the country. This internal trade helps to promote regional growth in a country. Okay. Then this trade is carried on between two or more countries are called international trade. Already I explained trade are classified into two types: internal trade and international trade. Internal trade means within a country. That means the trade carried on within a country. The second type is international trade. What is meant by international trade? Trade carried on between two or more countries are called international trade. It is also called external trade or foreign trade. It is also called external trade or foreign trade. Okay. Then exports and imports are two components of international trade. Students, what are the two components of international trade? Export and import. What is meant by export? Very good. Export means goods and services are sold for foreign currency. Export means goods and services sold for foreign currency. Then next one is import. Second component is import. What is meant by import? Import means goods and services bought from overseas producers. Import means goods and services are brought from one country to other country. Then waterways and airways are mainly used for this type of trade. Then listen very careful, students. For internal trade for mostly used roadways and railways, but the airways and waterways are mostly used for international trade. Then foreign currency is mostly involved in international trade. Okay. Then internal trade means local currency is mostly used, but foreign currency is mostly used in international trade. Then the trade between two countries is called bilateral trade. The trade between any two countries is called bilateral trade. What is meant by bilateral trade? The trade between any two countries is called bilateral trade. That means India to Russia or India to China or China to Russia. Okay. The trade between two countries is called bilateral trade. Then the trade between more than two countries is called multilateral trade. The trade between more than two countries is called multilateral trade. Then now I am going to explain the two components of international trade. Listen very careful, students. Now I am going to explain the two components of international trade. What are the two components of international trade? Very good. Exports and imports. What is meant by export, students? Export means goods and services sold for foreign currency. What is meant by export? Export means goods and services sold for foreign currency. Okay. Then what are the important things we are exporting from our country to other country? Means tea, marine products, ore, minerals, leather products, gems and jewels, sports goods, chemicals items, then plastic, rubber articles, stones, plaster, cement, mica, glassware, paper and other related products, then some of the metals, optical, medical and surgical instruments, electronic items, machinery, office equipments, textiles and some of the allied products mostly we can export from India to other countries. Okay, then the second important components of international trade is import. The second important components of international trade is import. What is meant by import, students? Very good. Import means goods and services brought from overseas producers. Import means goods and services brought from overseas producers. Okay. Then the important imports items are petroleum products, pearl, precious stones, semi-precious stones, gold and telecom instruments, telecom, radio, television, etc. Okay, that instruments also we are importing from other country to our country. Okay, can you understand, students? I am going to I will come completed in this lesson. Okay, students, now all are take a book. All are take a book, turn the exercises pages, page number 198. Page number 198. Take fast, students. Page number 198. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. Number 1. The scientific study of different aspects of population is called demography. B option. Answer is B option. Then question number 2. Question number 2. Dash transport provides door-to-door services. Answer is roadways. B option. Roadways. Answer is roadways. Then number 3. The length of golden quadrilateral superhighways in India is 5,846 kilometer. 5,846 kilometer. Okay. Then the fourth one is the National Remote Sensing Center. It is located at dash. Answer is Hyderabad. D option. Answer is Hyderabad. Then question number 5. The transport useful in the enable area is airways. Answer is C option. Answer is C option. Then question number 6. Which of the following is associated with helicopter service? Answer is Pavan Hans. Answer is Pavan Hans. D option. Then question number 7. The major imports item of India is petroleum. The major import item of India is petroleum. The answer is petroleum. Okay, D option. Then Roman number 2. Match the following. Roman number 2. Match the following. First one, Border Road Organization. Border Road Organization. Answer is 1960. 1960. Number 2, INSAT. INSAT. Answer is satellite communication. Answer is satellite communication. Number 3, Mazagon Dog. Answer is Mumbai. Answer is Mumbai. Number 4, urban sprawl. Urban sprawl. Answer is impact of urbanization. Number 5, Konkan Railways. Konkan Railways. Answer is 1990. Answer is 1990. Then see Roman number 3. Answer the following questions briefly. Listen very careful, students. Answer the following questions briefly. First question already I gave. Second question completed. Third question I gave. 4, 5 completed. Then the sixth question. Define international trade. Define international trade. Page number 198. Page number 198. Types of trade heading. Types of trade heading. Second paragraph. Types of trade heading. Second paragraph. Trade carried on between two or more countries is called international trade. It is also called external trade or foreign trade. Close the bracket. Then, seventh question, last question. State the merits of roadways. That question also already I gave. Then, Roman number 3, answer the following question briefly. All the questions I gave. Then, distinguish between. Roman number 4, distinguish between. 6 questions are there. Then already I gave some question. Then 6 question also, internal trade and international trade. Internal trade and international trade. All the 6 questions you should refer the guide. Already I informed you should buy the Surah guide. From Surah guide you should refer these questions. Then Roman number 5, answer the following in a paragraph. First question, what is urbanization? Explain its problem. Already I mark and gave. Then third question also, roadways in India. Classify and explain roadways in India also. Already I mark and gave. Then second question, now you will mark. Second question, explain the importance of satellite communication in India. Explain the importances of satellite communication in India. Answer is page number 197. Answer is page number 197. Satellite communication. Satellite communication heading, that fully. Satellite communication fully. You mark it. Satellite communication fully. Then Roman number 6. Listen very careful, students. See the maps now. Roman number 6. On the outline map of India, mark the following. First one, National Highway NH44. Second one is major seaports in India. Third one is major international airports in India. Fourth one is densely populated state of India. Fifth one is state of highest literacy in India. Sixth one is railway zones of India. Already I am teaching time I gave this map. Once again I will recall. Listen very careful, students. The first one is National Highway NH44. The first one is National Highway NH44. That is Srinagar to Kanyakumari. That roadway, NH National Highway. Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Did you see, students? Those who did not do the map, you should do. Okay, see the this video and you will do. Then second question is major seaports in India. Second question is major seaports in India. Did you see, students? Paratip, Kolkata, Visakhapatnam, Kandla, Mumbai, Chennai. Some places are given, is it? You should mark very, very important. From here one question it will come. Okay, major seaports in India. Then the third one is major international airports in India. Third one is major international airports in India. There are many major international airports are there, but I gave 4 important international airports. Is it? See the map now. Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai. Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai. That airport's name also I mentioned in the map. You should write that airport's name also. Then the fourth question, densely populated state of India. Densely populated state of India. There Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, likewise some of the states they are given the color, but you should mark Bihar alone. Only one state only asked in a question book exercise. So you should mark Bihar. Okay, densely populated state is Bihar. Then the fifth question is state of highest literacy in India. State of highest literacy in India. There also 3 or 4 states they are mentioned in the map, But in your question, state the highest literacy in India. There only one state enough, Kerala. Kerala alone you should mark. Kerala alone. Okay, the highest literacy state is in Kerala. 95.5 percentage of people are literacy. Okay, literate people. Okay, Kerala is the answer. You should mark Kerala. Then the last question is railway zones of India. How many railway zones are there? There are 17 railway zones are there. Is it that railway zones also here mentioned in the map? You should mark this also. Okay, students, I completed this lesson and all the book exercises also. Then you should read the book, that lesson 5 times, and you mark important book inside one word question, and I gave some 2 mark question. You also prepare some important 2 mark question. Okay, students, the next class we will meet. Thank you.